Son shit, y'all ready?
I hope y'all are. This episode, ooh wee. First of all, can we even say this? Happy New Year. Second, I want to say, I know it's been a while. And it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left y'all, but I was in creative mode. I was out here doing my thing. We recorded some stuff in November. We was busy, y'all, but we back now. We back. We here. You know what I mean? We here. Word up. But the music, the mix show never stopped, and everything was still going. So now it's 2026. Brand new year, brand new time. So yeah, man. We here. First joint of the new year. James Armistead Lafayette. Yeah. Bam. He was in the Revolutionary War. He had to fight for his emancipation. Crazy story. But where do we go? How do we set this off? Because it's a new year. And ain't nothing really jumped off this year, with the exception of Critics' Choice Awards, jerked Michael B. Jordan out of Best Actor Award, and then a woman in Minnesota gets shot in the face. And it's I don't know if y'all know, but it's Thursday night. This happened Wednesday. The shooting in Minnesota jumped off Wednesday. And I thought to myself, right now, I'm not hearing the right people talk. I'm going to have to fall back. Boy, the wagons have circled around this ICE agent who shot this woman. And it's crazy, son. And here's the thing. I'm going to say this right here. I get, for just a smidgen, I can get their perspective. Because there is a camera angle out here that makes it look like she ran into the ICE agent. Can't front on that. Thing is, I didn't even see that till today. The stuff that I saw yesterday was the joint from the people standing back, and they saw the agent come around. One agent was trying to get at the door, and the other agent stepped in the way, and she swerved out of his way to keep it pushing, and my man shoots up in the car. I heard the press meetings. I heard the defense. I saw what I saw, and I'm thinking to myself, if you're seeing what I saw, how are we believing that? Today, I saw supposedly, and that's what I say, I gotta give it a smidgen. Today I saw the video of what they claim they saw, what it is that they're sticking with. Forget all the stuff that the other people's, these other camera angles of other people. Nah, son, we want this angle, because this angle justifies what we want to say. I don't know what's worse, the fact that you have evidence that proves that you were wrong, and you refuse to admit and acknowledge y'all got it wrong. Something definitely, for sure, needs to be done with this ICE agent. Can you believe, they're fighting against morality. They're fighting against humanity. That's what you're fighting against. You're looking to battle against humanity. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm gonna take that smidgen and go, yo, this is probably what they saw. This is what they thought. Cool. Now that you see that's not the case, you fall back and go, oh yeah, our bad. That is not what happened. We're going to do what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? In the name of justice on behalf of this woman and her family. Nah, son. Nah. There's no way. Again, I don't even know what they claim they saw. I know what I kept seeing all day yesterday. If that is the thing that is really popping off all over the place, how do you still stick with what you're going to stick with? You know what I'm saying? How do you stay in that mode? You know what I mean? How heartless can one be to stand there and defend that? You know what I'm saying? Because you have people trying to defend. Forget trying. You have people defending this action. And it's like, yo, this is where we were heading to. This is what we've been heading to since last year. These are now starting to be the tipping points. We're looking for something. We're looking for that something to happen. We're wanting that something to happen. And had a nerve to go out here and call this woman a domestic terrorist. Y'all called her a domestic terrorist. So smooth with it too. You know what I'm saying? The left is dangerous. This, that, and the third. You know what I mean? This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. We're vilifying an unarmed woman who was fleeing. Our country is weird, B. We're weird. We this is where we are now. This is what we have become. I don't care what side you're on. You could be pro-Trump, you could be anti-Trump, but you see that. And it's terrible, son. It's terrible. January 6th was earlier this week. We're still debating on what that was. It has gotten so crazy that some people will go, yeah, that's what happened. Sometimes you need that to happen for the sake of democracy. That's how wild it is. Some people are like, yeah, I'm not even going to deny. Yeah, we stormed the Capitol. We did some wild stuff, but for the sake of democracy. That's what you need to do sometimes. What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Our country is so one-sided. There's only one group of people that I guess are allowed to partake in such unpatriotic manners and call it patriotism. And then there's everybody else. This is just January. You know what I'm saying? Like, it hasn't even been 10 days in the first year yet. And so much has happened in that when it comes to what we're going through. Yesterday was just ridiculous. And you best believe it will not be the last. That just opened the door. That opened the door. I don't know if y'all heard J.D. Vance said these people get immunity, son. Full immunity. You done just said that these people can go out here and do whatever to whomever with no overhead of justice to fall on them. Consequences. You have told these people whether or not they choose to use this immunity. You've definitely told them that, by the way, hey, y'all have it. Do what y'all want to do. What y'all want to do. That's where we are right now. That's what we do right now. That's our country right now. How did we get here? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? We're just in a different place. But that's the new year. That's the new year, man. I mean, so far. That's what we got this year. So far. It's crazy, son. It's crazy out here. The other thing that's happened so far this new year, people hated the way Stranger Things ended. I can tell you now, I don't care. I thought it was an okay ending. I didn't invest myself that completely like that. I watched it from beginning to end. That's how I looked at it. I watched it from beginning to end. I've watched these people grow. These are grown men and women now. Like, the only thing I'm 100% confused on is how did the redhead bride graduate? That's it. You know what I'm saying? And I saw somebody make a joke about, like, wow, her parents, who else is like, how is it nobody else cares for this girl? She's in the hospital. And it's just Lucas. Lucas is the only person that cares about it. He's like, girl, I'm gonna play this song for you one more time. Click. And you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. No grandparents, no nothing, son. Nobody. Who paying that bill? What is we talking about? That's it. That's all our new year has been so far. This. Ain't nothing else really been jumping off. And so far, I'm okay with that. I am completely okay with that. I was happy going into the new year when they were like, oh, the Chiefs are completely out the playoff runs, along with the Cowboys. I was like, woo. Hey, that's a good thing. this is crazy, right? Right? What else happened at the end of the year? End of the year, I think, is more crazier than anything, especially as a hip hop head. Nas and Primo dropped an album, and the most divisive album in the last couple of years, especially of last year. People did not know how they felt about this. My thing is this, and I'm starting to, and it's something I've been telling people for years, but I'm really, and a few people who are now getting older, like I'm getting older, are starting to see what I'm saying, and I've had people go, yo, I get what you're saying, son. If you didn't grow up in the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s in a way where it impacts your life, like you could go, yeah, son, I was in the 90s, son. You was 8 in 96. You don't know nothing. You don't get to throw that in there. Nah. You know what I mean? If you don't get what that album was two hip hop heads making a hip hop album. If this was the 90s, this was white label backpacker music. Not something for Columbia. This was white label, you know what I'm saying? Maybe by the late 90s you could say this was raucous. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't even loud records. This was clearly for the hip hop heads. This is a joint about graffiti. There were people saying stuff like, oh man, I ain't really like that nasty Esco joint. Then you don't get it. You don't get it. The nasty Esco Nas joint was the biggest debate around 98, 99, 2000. That was the biggest joint. Oh man, it'd be so nice if Nas went back to being nasty Nas, because this Esco joint, this is nah, son, I don't want to hear this. Nobody has ever denied the bars. It was the direction. That was a thing. You're not old enough to even understand. Ask some of these people, when did you get into Nas? It was written, I am, you know what I'm saying? Godson, Street Disciple. Then yeah, you don't know nothing about Illmatic. Nah, I think Illmatic might be the least. Then yeah, you really don't understand. Illmatic changed hip hop instantly. Illmatic was a different piece of work. You don't know Nasty Nas. You don't know the Nas that's waving guns at nuns. You don't know the Nas that's kidnapping the president's wife without a plan. You don't know that Nas. That's a different Nas. So you don't get like when that Nas switched over to the dude who was out here on some Escobar sipping, you know what I'm saying, Cristal and all this and all that. We was like, what? Oh, but we was riding with it because it was dope. But that was, and to have him and Primo drop this ill beat. What did they say? The joint with AZ. I ain't like the joint with AZ. There's somebody who's like, yo, this is too slow. Speed it up. Look, if they would have sped it up, it would have had better. Y'all ain't understanding. That beat was supposed to be menacing. My story, your story, my story, your story. Something, war stories. These dudes are painting a picture over something sinister. That beat is sinister. The project was just for hip hop. The project was for those who understood, for those who knew, for those who got being back in the day. If you don't know nothing about from back in the pause tape is alien. It's foreign to like 90% of the people who were talking about the joint. And I'm not even saying that's an age thing. That's a process thing. For a lot of people, by the time they really started trying to, oh, my man do music, we were sampling it off of CDs. Everybody could go out here and get them a sampler. You know what I'm saying? My kid is 19. He's been making beats since 14. Me, at 14 and 13, I was pause taping. That was it. Matter of fact, my pause tape game was so sophisticated because of the way we had the system set up. You know what I mean? I'd loop up the drums here, and I'd have what I want the sample to be here. And I would try to figure out how to, especially if it didn't have any drums or anything in it, or any snares or something in the sample, was even better. because it's like, boom, I let the drum play a little bit, then I go hit the other joint, and all of that would sink in. I would have that playing on a dual boombox joint, because you remember, I don't know if y'all remember, a lot of y'all, we all around the same age, listening hopefully, but your dual joint, you push both buttons, they play both joints at the same time. I had that running through the auxiliary of the house stereo, recording my beats that way. You hear what I'm saying? That was my pause tape era. My kid will never in his life know what that's about. There are people slightly younger than me that will never have ever known what that was about. You see what I'm saying? The pause tape was for an era of the culture. For those who were so eager to try to, I want to rhyme, and I like this drum kick right here. Okay. And I heard this little sample, little bass line right here, these little piano keys right here, this little horn right here. Ooh, I'm going to splash on this right here. Sync it up. Okay. Let the beat play. Boom, boom, clap. Boom, 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 clap. Boom, 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 clap. Boom, 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 clap. Then after when the fourth rotation come through, that's when I'm gonna play the bass line. Boom, 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 clap. Boom, 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 clap. Boom, 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 clap. Boom, 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 clap. Boom, 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 boom. Made me a little beat, y'all. We did it different. Nas and Primo took a song and saluted the struggle of being a rapper. Because a lot of times it wasn't even your producers who was doing that. You were a rapper who just wanted to rhyme over a beat. That was our first introduction to trying to produce. That was it. We all did it. Then you had producers who were doing it. But when you're a rapper and you're like, I just want to make a beat, that was how you thought you was doing it. You did it that way. Or, I'm going to tell you another thing I would do. I would take, even when it was on a dual cassette joint sometimes, I would take something like a drum, like the opening seconds of a drum, boom, clap, boom, clap, boom, 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 clap. Like Boogie Down Production joint. The bridge is over. Let that play. Let that little jump before the keys come in. Before he starts playing with the keys, that little section, and have like some strings or something play, or some piano keys of something playing. That's all I need. And then I loop that. They sound like a gangster song, but I'm saying that was really it, right? They don't know the struggle. They show love to the graffiti, to the world of the graffiti artists. They don't know the struggle. We don't even talk about graffiti artists anymore. But there's a whole culture, there's a whole bunch of people who love to say they're part of the hip-hop culture that don't even understand. That was a very, very important piece of the culture. Is a very important piece of the culture. People were fighting against education. They go, well, I don't know. I mean, Nas' was as though Primo beats, just they were subpar. Let me tell you something about them beats. Two things about those beats. Those beats sounded, quote unquote, subpar to you because they weren't dusty. Primo hasn't made a dusty beat in years. Sorry, about a decade. I think the last time I heard a dusty Primo beat might have been on the first Prime album. That might have been it. Primo stopped making dusty beats a long time ago. Now, if you're going by the sound, like the beat, then you playing yourself. Primo has been doing the same kind of music for over 30 years. The problem is he stopped being the guy you go to. Hip hop didn't need the Primo beat. So there's a whole generation that when they hear the Primo beat, it's usually old Nas stuff, old Jay-Z stuff, old Big stuff. You know what I'm saying? They don't know about those Crumb Snatcher joints. They don't know about those Paula Perry joints. You know what I mean? They don't know about the Charlie Baltimore joint. They don't know about the Sonya Blaze joint. They don't, you know what I mean? Like, there's a bunch of joints they're unfamiliar with. They don't know about the Mos Def joint. So there's a whole bunch of beats they're not up on. They don't know about the joints he did with Non-Fiction or Ill Bill, you know what I'm saying? And all of these other rappers here and there, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, yeah, son, these beats, nah, son, these are still the same kind of beats. There's no big difference between one of these beats on this Nas project and the joint he did for Touré, where Touré was doing the Saturday Night Story, where he called for the Chinese food to come through, and Shorty came through looking good, and then a man came through and he was like, yo, okay, I guess I gotta go, like Special Ed said, and go Brooklyn style. We gonna have to throw hands then. They're on par. Those beats are the same kind of beats. I just said something that the average person who goes, I didn't like these beats, they have no idea about that beat. You see what I'm saying? That's my point. Like, these are the same kind of beats Rex would have murdered at some point. We would have been okay with. It's Nas, and I think Primo gave us vintage Primo, not vintage Primo. He gave us Primo. And what people are trying to say is, I was expecting him to do what? What were you expecting Primo to do? Primo gave you Primo. Nas gave you Nas. Primo beats. The real hip-hop heads, the hip-hop heads that this was geared to, understood, and they got it. Because when I hear this, I hear people also go, but that Mobb Deep joint takes you back to 95. Bingo. That is the part of the game. Primo didn't take you back to 94, 95, 96, 97. Primo was like, oh, this is what we're doing for the culture. Let's give you this feeling, but still keep it here. Because he was thinking, yo, I don't want y'all to think I'm dated. So he gave it to you different. And y'all like, nah, son, I think I would have wanted that. But at the end of the day, you probably wouldn't have. Because then if you would have got it, you would have been like, oh, this is too dated. So there was no, the real issue is there was never a win for this. This was and people went, man, I think this is like maybe 10 years or 20 years too late. It's never too late. It was never too late. Actually, this made so much more sense. Here are two seasoned vets going, I love the culture. Let's talk about the culture. Let me show love to all the female MCs out here. If Nas had stopped at the first verse and just went through the rest of that song just calling out female names, we would not have cared. Why? Because that was for the culture. You know how when that joint dropped, you know how many females were sitting around, female MCs were either on the end of, either they were like, oh my God, he said my name, or they was like, okay, I guess I got to do more work. My name won't mention. He shouted out names of people who was truly underground. The song was classic, instantly classic. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I'm just at that point. I think that's the thing, man. That's one of the projects, and I still play the joint constantly because I'm like, yo, I'm trying to find what it is people don't like. Because every time the next joint come on, I'm like, ooh, and if it ain't the beat, it's the scratch that goes for the hook. Okay, what? To get ready? And the way they threw the Shalimar joint, oh, come on, man. What did you talk about? He flipped the Steve Miller? Again, I'm sorry. That's just me. I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead. And we're gonna let this go. We're gonna end this right here. And we're gonna get back into just what we're back, y'all. We back. Anyway, thank y'all for rocking. Thank y'all for listening. I will start posting on all social medias joints that I'm aware of. So somebody go, yo, you know there's such and such. Nah, I don't know what that is. That's right, I'm about to get a TikTok joint jumping. And we gonna just do this. But thank y'all for rocking. Thank y'all for rocking with me from the beginning to now. Thank y'all. And yeah, man, let's get into what we do. This is about James Armistead Lafayette, and I might be butchering that middle part. Let's do it. Yes, yes, yes. As we 17 something minutes, man. Woof, a disrespectfulness. My man was disrespectful. But anyway, this is what we do. We represent hip hop, all that, and a bottle of Don P. Keep the arm. Hold on, all that and a bottle of Don P. Keep the me. I don't. Is Brooklyn in the house without a towel? I can't believe it. All that and a bottle of Don P. I can't think of the words to that song. Biggie. Anyway, what we doing? The history. Y'all hear this music, right? America, 250. Yeah. And to the peoples in the hood, yo, it's all good. Everybody understand what was understood. If you know me, then you know me, Shout out to the homie, doing what I gotta do, doing what he gotta do. Woo! Yeah, that was it. That was it. Anyway, hold on, let's do it like this. Take it from the top. Take it from the top. This moment in black history, we gonna talk about, since like we talking about the revolution, we talking at 1776. Why don't we bring some blackness to the game? You know what I'm saying? James Armistead Lafayette. You know what I'm saying? This man was a slave who served the Continental Army during the Revolutionary War. You know what I'm saying? He then was given his freedom. He was a double agent, and he basically reported the activities of, guess who? Benedict Arnold. After he had defected to the British. You know what I'm saying? This dude was out here doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? He also helped, as a double agent, feed the British false information while disclosing very accurate and detailed accounts and going back to the people going, yo, son, this is what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Now, my man was born in either North Carolina or Virginia. People don't know. People say they don't know. He was property of James Armistead out of New Kent County, Virginia. You know what I'm saying? So he was here doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? They basically was like, yo, in 1782, he got his freedom. You know what I'm saying? Because he fought for the Revolutionary War. But he remained property, which is crazy. Bring that beat back. You know what I'm saying? The law specified freed only slaves who had been issued firearms, those whose owners had used them as substitutions for the army services. That was how he got his freedom. He was a spy, so he wasn't a soldier. That was the technicality that they used. If you could be free, hold on. Stop the beat for a minute. You could be freed when it was over if you was out here as a soldier. My man wasn't a soldier, technically. He was a spy. So they gave him his freedom, but not really. It's like, you're free. Like, you're not like those guys. You're not a slave. Like, ain't nobody gonna whip you. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing crazy to you. You can come and go as you want. But let it be known, this dude owns you. You are still owned. You're still property. Dog, come on, man. You basically was they out here making that kind of distinction. You know what I'm saying? So his first petition to be emancipated, it didn't go through. You know what I'm saying? They were like, he persisted. You know you know what I'm saying, to do what he's do. Then with the support of his actual property owner, they went to the House of Delegates, and it was like, boom, what you gonna do? And and he had to go on court, he had to sit at the stand, he had to do what he had to do, you know what I'm saying? And then the Virginia Legislative Assembly was like, okay, yeah, son, we'll let you go, you know what I'm saying? When he got his freedom, first thing he did was he added Lafayette to his surname in honor of the French general that he was working with doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. This is how we get down. You know what I mean? These are those paid things that we do. You know what I'm saying? My man also, by the way, had 40 acres. 40. That might be where we get the whole 40 acres of the mule from, because they were like, yo, son, here you go. Take this. He had 2 parcels, which is basically 40 acres, in New Kent County in 1816. You know what I'm saying? He was a wealthy farmer in his area, you know what I'm saying? And his second wife and several children were basically part of, you know what I'm saying? He also became, hold on. See, I just read this. I didn't know this part. So, the irony. My man was a slave owner. How you gonna do that, son? How you gonna do that? You was out here huffing and puffing to get your freedom, then got your freedom, was like, man, shoot. Woof, all these acres by myself and my kids? I see why I had a master. You know what? Don't say you gonna do it, James Lafayette. Don't you say it. I think I need some slaves. Lafayette. Who's you gonna get to be your slaves? You know I can't do it with no white people. I know. So what we gonna do? It pains me to do it, but I got to do it. Boy, you best believe them brothers and sisters was looking at him mad. That's where it came from. Oh, skin folk ain't kin folk. Hey, you better get that cotton together. I ain't got to be your peoples. Better get my, hey, I don't even whip y'all. I feed you good. Y'all stay in my house. We all stay in the same house. That ain't the same, son. Like, we still property though, bro. We ain't all in this together like that, son. Nah, B. Get out of here with that. You know what I mean? Word. At one point, he was actually invited to James to kick it with the president, James Monroe. Hey, I'm sorry. This is crazy, son. I'm mad about that. See, that's what, like, you know, it's like when you know half of the story, and then you find out the other half, and you just mad for the rest of it. Like, dang, for real? And you know and that was his kick. That was his get in. Dog, I ain't gonna treat you like they treated you. Y'all can stay in my house. Look at this, I got a big old house. I got 10 bedrooms. Man, you also got like 7 sons. You got a bunch of kids, son. Check this out. Some of them are older, they left. There's room. We put a couple of extra beds up in here and there. Y'all be straight. You know what I mean? It's like we'll be one big family. But we're not. I'm gonna tell you what we're not going to do. Have any back talk. Would you back talk, Mr. Johnson? Plantation is over? Nope. Better mind yourself, boy. Boy? Dog. I'm older than you. You older me in real world. Master slave? Nah, son. I'm big dogging. Now back to doing what you got to do. I'm sorry, y'all. I know that's all wrong. Anyway, let's get back into what we do. Legal Crime Radio. I'm mad about that, y'all. Let's get into what we do. Let's go. Went home again, but I did again. But yo, hey, and that's what I meant to say. Oh snap, 2026. We gonna do it. We gonna do a lot of things. I keep telling myself out loud, which means I need to do it because it's out loud. I'ma send joints to Omar and all them to get some joints on the legal crime. Cause I be shouting out a lot of my people. I be like, yo, son, send joints. Send me joints and I'll send them joints. I gotta do me. I gotta do my joints too. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. This is how we get down. This is what we do. It's Saturday. The year is new. The sky ain't blue cause it's dark here. I ain't know where they go from there. Anyway, this is what we do. This is how we get down. Thank y'all for rocking. Like I said, in a minute, we're going to start flooding social media with all kind of joints, man. You know how we do. This is what we do. I'm going to holler at you on Wednesday. Yeah, man. So, as we get back and kick back, sit back with a 6-pack or some, woo, you know that Ric Flair. I'm playing. Let me do it like this, though. 1 time for the mind. Like, 1 time for the mind, 2 times for the body, 3 times for the spiritual. I just want to give it to you. They say you only live once. That is a lie. You only die once. So anytime your God allows you to get out here and continue your journey, please show the world the best version of you. Y'all be safe. Peace.
This is a Soul of Art presentation.